Hi everyone and welcome back to another session of this lovely cat that we've been working on for some time, and we're going to be doing three different colours today. So we're going to be doing the A, the 4 and also a little bit of the start of the cat with a H there. Well, we've already actually started, but just giving it a bit more colour there. So yeah, let's get moving. I've had to change the filming area, as you can see, because my the sun causes havoc in the morning when you're trying to film. So yes, I've had to change my filming to the outside of the kitchen because I film in the kitchen. It's the best place for light and stuff. So but yes, I have gotten really fed up with raw marrow at the moment. Remember in the last video I said I've still got a package? Well, I'm still waiting for it, and all it keeps saying is item received in Chelmsford. That was on Saturday, and it's now what? Let's have a look on here. Wednesday the 10th of May. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, obviously I know it's the bank holiday, but you know, that's past now, so it should have been here. It's really getting on my nerves, and I feel like reaching out to the company and saying, look, can I have a discount off my bill, because like I'm being charged for this and I've not received it. So it's really annoying. What I've done is I've invested in this TV recording software. So basically it lets you get this TV box thing, and it lets you pause, rewind and record TV programs. But also what's quite nice about it is if I'm out and about, so like I'm shopping and I looked on the TV schedule and I can see there's a program I want to record, I can send a signal from my phone while I'm out to send it to the box and it will record it. But it's so frustrating because like I can't do any shopping, I can't do anything because I don't know if it's going to come. And even if like they come, the chances are I go out and then it comes, and then I have to wait another day, because for some apparent reason years ago you used to be able to, you know, go down the same day and collect it, but then they were finding that the postman weren't coming back in time, so then they changed it to next day. And now they're introducing a thing where if they've missed your delivery, they'll automatically re-deliver it the next day, which I don't know why they've not done. They should have done this for like years ago, but yeah, apparently there's this new thing that they're coming out. Apparently automatic re-delivery coming soon. So basically if you're out and about, they'll just automatically re-deliver it without you having to book it in, because normally if you've missed the delivery you have two options. So you can go up to the collection point in the depot and collect it, or you can ask for it to be re-delivered. But even that's a pain in the ass to deal with, because you can't have it next day. It's got to be like 2 days later. It's terrible. I'm really getting sick and tired of it, because like I shouldn't have to wait days on end for it. It's, you know, it's just really annoying. So what it means is I'm gonna have to send everything that comes through raw mail to my relatives, because they've never, even through all like the disagreements with their pay rises and that, they've never had problems. It's always been on time, and yeah, so I don't know why there's such an issue with this bloody Braintree depot. So frustrating. And I feel like reaching out to the company and saying, look, I've not received it, can you give me a discount? But what really frustrates me is the fact that these companies are using raw mail when they know there's problems. I mean, I got charged £9.99 delivery for this epoxy box, and I'm thinking, well, I'm on a contract with you, so why have I got to pay delivery? I mean, for £9.99 I would expect like a next day service, but I don't know, it's just really, you sort of wake up and don't really know if you're going to get it or not. You know, this is what the problem is. I mean, I have noticed that the letters are coming more frequently now, so I know that there's that part of it's sorted. I think what the problem is it's something to do with Chelmsford. because obviously Chelmsford is our main sorting centre, so all the parcels go into there and then they get distributed to the local depots. But it seems to me they've got problems at Chelmsford because the letters are coming through fine. I can see that there's no backlogs, but for whatever reason, you know, it's taking forever. And then obviously come tomorrow, I've got to do my rounds, so, you know, I've got to go and pick up my issues and shopping and stuff, and I just don't know what to do, because if I go early and then they come early, my postman has changed, so they're starting to come at like 9-10 o'clock, but I'm very, like, don't know what to do, because if I go out and miss it, I've got to wait even longer. And I am the type of person that don't have a lot of patience, to be quite fair with you. If I know something's coming, I want it by the day that I've been told. Otherwise, if it goes past the 3-day wait, then I'm going to say, can I have my money back? Because I've paid for a 3-day service, which I've not got. It's just terrible. They've absolutely gone. I mean, you look at years ago, they've really gone downhill. They really, really have. Everything's so reliable, you don't know if you're going to get it or not. So if they say it's going to be shipped with raw mail, then I'm gonna just try and find somewhere else that do it, because I can't keep having this. I mean, it causes so much disruption. I've got a dentist review that was due to happen, and I've had to cancel that. Specsavers keep writing to me saying that I need an eye test. I'm just not in a happy mood right at the moment, because it's like, how much longer you got to wait? I mean, if it wasn't an urgent thing, then, you know, I would be happy with it. But the fact that I'm being charged for something which I haven't got is quite annoying. And of course, the company's getting more money because obviously they're getting their money out of it when I haven't got my item. So, you know, I'm going to give it, you know what will happen, it will get to Friday and then I'll have to wait all over the weekend and then it will come next week. Bet ya. It's always the bloody way with this poxy company. I'm just really frustrated with them. There's nothing Royal Mail about it. I don't know why they call it Royal Mail, because there's nothing royal about it. And then obviously I'm trying not to get myself wound up over it, because obviously, you know, there's delays and that, because this is what I'm saying with bank holidays. It causes so much aggravation because you've got no shops open, all the banks are shut, all the trains are up the wall. Every time there's a bank holiday, you've got buses on, and I don't travel on buses. I mean, I don't really like the month of May, because May is riddled with bloody bank holidays. You know, we've had 2 in the last sort of week or so, and then there's another one at the end of May, around the 29th. So I'm not in the best of moods at the moment, because, and as I said, if I'm in a mood and something to wound me up, I can be in that mood for, it could be days, hours. For some reason it always takes me ages to come out of that mood, and I don't know why. I could be annoyed all day. It's just how I am, unfortunately. And I wish I wasn't like that, but what can I do? If it don't come tomorrow, I'm going out, because I'm not going to push things back, because they really are taking the piss, to be quite frank with you. It's getting beyond a joke. Sick and tired of it, quite frankly. But anyway, moving on, it's last night we had a thunderstorm, which was, they said it started raining at 7, and whenever it rains I like to have like a bit of a nap, so I fell asleep, because like hearing rain is just so peaceful, and that's quite nice. That goes into like that's quite nice how it's dark and then blue, but the two blues mingle quite nice. So yeah, then it was raining, and they said about 6 till 7, and I looked on the weather app, and they said that it's going to be raining basically all day. And then I thought, well, custard cream's on my mind, because when I want something, it will play on my mind quite a lot until I get it. So I was like, I really don't want to go out, but the custard cream's won. So I had to venture off up to Tesco and hope and pray that they had them, because this Tesco up here, the Coggeshall Road one, hardly has any there. Every time I go there, there's something wrong, like there's no biscuits or for custard creams, and it is quite frustrating. There is a further Tesco further up, but that's quite a long walk. I think it's Mark's Farm, they call it. So you've got like Coggeshall Road here, and there's the Coggeshall Road, as many people will know in Braintree, is quite a hell of a long road. And it's Tesco's probably here, and then you've got a further one up. Mark's Farm is just off the other side of the roundabout, I think. I think you go round the roundabout and it's just on the left, so yeah. But I just want the order now. It's just, I just wish companies would understand that, you know, Royal Mail have got problems at the moment. I mean, it's like these strikes, these bloody train strikes. They're now saying that there's more strikes up until June. And they always do it at the weekend when they know people are going to go out for the day. You know, most Saturdays it's chock-a-block on Whitton platform anyway, because people are always going up to London. But I don't like waiting. I want my stuff, you know. Any other courier is fine. It's always this bloody Royal Mail trailing back, always the same company. How they've not folded, I don't know. And I think really this redelivery thing that they're bringing out is just to try and save their company, basically. I can't really see Royal Mail going under. You know, I can't see them collapsing. Because what other postal network would take over? Do you see what I mean? Okay, so we've got a few more down here. I think we'll do this little vase down here first. And obviously I keep checking it throughout the day and it just don't update. I mean, I have had it, as I said, it's so unreliable, because like normally it's supposed to say ready for delivery from Braintree's depot, but sometimes I've had it where they've just turned up without that scan being scanned as Braintree, and it's just said in transit Chelmsford, and it's come in the afternoon. So this is what I'm saying, like, it's so unpredictable, because you just can't plan your day. You can't go out in case it comes, and this country has just gone downhill. It really has. And then there was an article saying about that the bills are going to be, the gas is going to be dropping or something. So the gas bills are going to fall to a record low or something they were banging on about. But yeah. So it's really nice that we're getting some more colours on this. I quite like the contrast of this dark blue. It's quite a lovely colour actually. It's not too dark and it's not too light. It's just sort of like the right touch for this sort of thing. So yeah, I mean obviously the more drills that you get on, the more you don't have to use this cellophane or whatever it is. I do love that word, cellophane. But I hate clean film. If anyone has clean film, you'll know that it's wretched stuff. If it I've had sellotape before. I've had sellotape before, and it really it was a time when I was visiting my nan, and she was wrapping up someone's birthday present, and every time she peeled it, it would break. I've had sellotape like that before, really cheap crap, and it just breaks every time you try and pull it. But clean clean film is just not very nice. You need one of them things like a snappy sealer where it's, you know, you push down on it, you pull the clean film out, push down on it, and it cuts it. But the amount of times my mum's got annoyed with that stuff. I don't mind foil, kitchen foil, but I don't know how we've got onto kitchen foil, clean film, cellophane. But yeah, you can actually get coloured cellophane, I think. Or maybe it's the tube inside that looks coloured. I've always known cellophane to be white. But we've it's been quite a busy month really, because I've just been so busy, because we've been doing, I was on the set the other week because we've been doing a show called Young Frankenstein, and I went on the set and I thought, oh my god, this is this looks like a this looks like I'm trying to get the picture, you see, so just give me a couple of minutes. But yeah, I tried to oh god. I tried to, so I went on the set because obviously I'm part of the stage crew, and I'm thinking, so here's one for you, Laura, who is Crafty Chef Diamond, and I walked on and I thought, is that a human? It really freaked the life out of me because I didn't expect it to be standing there. So there's me at the side of the set, because you've got stage left, stage right, and there was just this skeleton there, but obviously when we rigged all this setting up and the rostrum, it wasn't there when I was putting all the set in and stuff, and they just put it there and it freaked the life out of me. But if you look very closely, to get it to stand up, they've had to put it on like a wheelie thing. But yeah, it was a really lovely show to work on. That's finished now because that was in April. But yeah, it was really lovely, and the next show is October now. So, and then obviously because you've got, we do the younger generation in February. That's always in February. They only get one show a year. And then the other group, the older group, is 2 shows a year. So you get that in like April and then again in October. But it's just nice to see some of the shows that we've not done before. And it was such a... It goes so quick. That's the problem. Because I love my musical theatre. I have a big passion for that. And I've always been like into musical theatre, and it just goes so quick because obviously you've got one side which is obviously dress rehearsals and all the tech rehearsals. A tech rehearsal is normally where we put like very similar to this sort of tape, but it's basically taping up all where the set would go, and so we get a rough idea of where we need to put it on and going through all the LX cues. So LX, say for example, I go LXQ1, that's the lighting cue. I don't think you get it very often in professional theatres, but I know we use LX cues. But it just goes so quick, and then obviously everyone doesn't really like Saturdays, because Saturdays is basically the killer of the week, because you've got the matinee, which is an afternoon performance, and then obviously you've got to do it all over again at 7:30. So it really is, and if a show's like 2 hours long, it can really tire you out. So, and then obviously come the end of that show, everyone goes for Chinese or Indian. So it's really quite nice. I mean, I've been invited to the Indians and Chinese, but I don't do restaurants. I don't go out and sit around a table because I like to eat in my own company. So I like to, even if I'm at my relatives and my mum says, right, dinner's on the table, I just feel uncomfortable sitting with everyone. So I like to sit on my own and eat it. I've always been like that. But yeah, it was a lovely show. And I've got a skeleton build of my own through one of the partwork companies that I do, RBA. And they're quite a quiet publisher because they don't really come out with an awful lot of things. Like, they'll bring out something and then it could be like 3 years down the line before they bring out something else. And I said to my stage manager, I said, look, can I have that? It would go with my one that I've just built. What's the hire cost? Because some of the set we have to hire out. So it could be like, we've got a very good costume shop in Chelmsford that does mainly all the hire for costumes. So yeah. But yes, that's it now. And then obviously in between the shows we have like tribute companies that come in, but they have their own sort of crew, so we don't crew on that because they have their own crew, because the public hall is basically hired out, so anyone can use it. So it could be that a tribute band wants to come in and they'll bring their own crew, very similar to like Stage Miracles. They will bring their own, they're like a touring crew, so they go wherever the band goes or wherever the show goes. So they're basically hired to perform like the crewing and all that, all the scenery and stuff that they need moving. And I suppose it's just like a cheaper way of doing it, really. But yes, after this, I plan to have fish fingers and chips for lunch. And then probably catch up with reading in that. I hear a car door. Please say that's the van. Please say that's your mouth. I need to get up anyway to get the wax, but yeah, still nothing. What a surprise. But this isn't coming out like a really lovely painting now. Considering on the box it was like, it didn't look nothing like the picture. It just goes to show that the drills can trick you at times. They'll play tricks on you. But I'm hoping I can finish this today. I'm not entirely sure whether I will, but trouble is I've got so many orders, because I keep getting unboxings coming in each week. I just like, that's my target, try and finish the painting within a week, and then I sort of catch up with myself. But yeah, I think we're coming up to the end of this 4-colour now, so that's good, because we can then start a little bit of the cat, because all that's left is that big J colour. So I think I'd like to take a break from the flowers and then we'll work on a bit of the cat, because the cat's quite a large section. So it'd be nice to see what the orange looks like against this contrast of blue and purple. But I just love that lilac. This is like a lilac colour and it's gorgeous. Okay, so I think that's all the blue done. So I think what I'd like to do next is the H colour. Now this H colour is like this creamy colour there, so it's like a peachy colour, I suppose. Yeah. Trouble is sometimes with light colours, they can be so overlight that it totally wrecks the painting. As you've seen with Hobie the Lion, that yellow banana colour is awful. But I'm a completionist, so I have to get that painting finished and then I'll make a decision whether I want to keep it or not. Because the way it stands, I really am debating about disposing of it, because it just don't look right. I don't know why, but it is a shame if I do chuck it, because I think that's the only painting I've had throughout the whole of my stash of paintings I've got to do. that's really sort of been disappointed with. I mean, obviously I have had some, like that dolphin that I had to send back, but it is what it is. But this cat's lovely. Really enjoyed working on this one. And as I said, I think the most satisfying thing for me is obviously seeing more and more of the trouble is trying to put the pen down, because as soon as you start seeing more splashes of colour, you will find it difficult to put the pen down. So, yabba dabba doo. Okay, so then there's a bit over here, which is quite nice. Yeah, so the next session I think will primarily focus on doing much of this cat. We need to try and get this done now because we're so close. What was interesting is when I was looking at this cat here looks a bit freaked out, because if you look, you've got more of the cat face here, whereas this one looks like it's all been like smudged. You can't really see the ear. But what's also quite upsetting is today I got news that my friend's cat died, and obviously I don't know how to react. Like, I try not to get upset because it's not my own personal pet, but obviously it must be devastating, because he had him for like 21 years, and then the thing is, you've then got, you know, for 21 years you're opening the doors, you're shutting the doors, you're taking them out for a walk. I mean, obviously you don't take a cat for a walk, and then obviously when that pet goes, it really hits you hard, because obviously you're so used to doing your morning routine with them, like feeding them and taking them out, and yeah, they're not just a pet, they're a family member as far as I'm concerned. They, you know, they're part of your life, and it will be devastating. But yeah, I think with the excess of trays that I've got, we've really been able to push this painting along, which is quite lovely. So I'm really happy with that. But yeah. I mean, sometimes with Royal Mail, I've had it say in Chelmsford, and then like by the afternoon, it will say, oh, it's coming. And then, like, I have had cases where like the depot's closed and then they've turned up at 6, and it sort of makes me wonder, well, do they still work after 6 then, after, you know, the depot shuts then? But on that note, we are done, and that's gone so quick. But anyway, next time we will focus on this big cat and try and get more of the cat done. I think I'd like to take a break from the flowers now and work on the cat, and then go back to the flowers and fill that in. But this is coming along really nice. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. This painting is available via the range. Tap the bell to be notified of further videos that I upload. And if you fancy buying me a gift, the wish list is in the description. If you want to check out my sister it says sister companies. If you want to check out my sister channels, is what I was meant to say, they're in the description as well. I do shopping hauls, I do crafts, I do models, and soon there's going to be a product review channel and sweets channel. But yes, I think that's covered everything. My Facebook's on there if you want to reach out to me. If you want to work with me for a collaboration, do what me and Tessa do, like work on a painting each week on a live show, just reach out to me via email and we can sort something out. But until then, take care, have a lovely evening, enjoy the rest of this sunny day, and I'll see you next time for another session of this beautiful painting from the range. Take care, catch you later.